Good afternoon, Dr. Louis Ng, honorary advisors, co-chairs and organizing committee, distinguished panelists, and esteemed guests. Welcome everyone to the Future of Education Forum hosted by the UNESCO Hong Kong Association Global Peace Center. It is an honor to be here with you today. Every person here, in one way or another, has been tasked with the important and exciting challenge of reimagining how knowledge and learning can be harnessed to shape a better future for humanity and the planet. For my part, as an educator with experience in early childhood through primary school, secondary school, and higher education, I believe sustainable development requires rethinking the way the future workforce will be made up and the role education plays in talent development. It is clear that the talent pipeline begins with K-12 education and continues through post-secondary, university, mid-career, and beyond, and that through lifelong learning, people are able to adapt, navigate, and keep up with the pace of change in the digital era. As we look to the future digital era, the global demographic crisis remains one of, and if not the most pressing, geopolitical challenge facing us. Population growth in Hong Kong and all across China and developed countries, including the US, Japan, Spain, Italy, is negative, and birth rate falling well below replacement. The demographic crisis is poised to shrink a labor market already limping from the effects of the global pandemic, dealing a heavy blow to the world economy. To address what demographers are calling an emergency, businesses, communities, and institutes of learning must prepare for a new and radically different equation for filling jobs of the future. And this equation, based on lifelong learning, includes vital changes not only to K-12 education, but also mid-career upskilling and enrichment, and an extended life that reflects increased longevity. Kindergarten to secondary education is the bedrock of lifelong learning, providing the knowledge and skills necessary for success beyond college and into the workplace. And to prepare to meet the human capital demands of the future workplace, K-12 education must change from ground up to build the kind of talent pipeline capable of filling the jobs in the future and navigating through changes and unknowns. With industry and sectors steeped in automation, all future talent, regardless of the fields, will require to exhibit fluency in digital literacies, ingenuity, flexibility, creativity, a stomach for change, adaptability, and collaboration, and much, much more. And for students to succeed in a future workplace, K-12 teaching pedagogies, starting from early years, continuing to primary, secondary, must be remodeled to feature inquiry, makers, STEAM-focused, and language-rich environment. And students must be rewarded for exhibiting curiosity, taking initiatives, thinking creatively and outside the box, working collaboratively with others, just as jobs of the future will require them to be ready and be world impact ready. From K-12 to move to post-secondary and university is swift, and in particular, universities will need to innovate programs and degree offerings, and perhaps also enhance career opportunities to meet the demands of students seeking to fit into the future economy. Perhaps colleges can consider more collaborative partnerships as alternative pathways, such as hybrid undergraduate degrees, vocational 3+1, with attractive employment in different industries, to create a win-win situation whereby industries enjoy a stronger talent pipeline with requisite skills and knowledge, and university enhance their relevance to prospective students. Where once it ended at graduation, learning today begins in the workplace. In our rapidly changing economy, workers will be required to upskill every few years, if not even months, to keep up with new technology, information, and the changing landscape. Workers mid-career will need support to acquire new skills and learn programs that allow them to succeed at their jobs. For employers and employees to keep up with the pace of change and future unknowns, they will be needed to be supported by ongoing professional development through their place of work, lifelong learning subsidies, contracts, or perhaps both? And as we look into the future, there can be no doubt as to the demographic shifts ahead. Birth rates on a steep decline worldwide, and the World Bank reports is a steady rise in the average lifespan. The definition of who constitutes elderly is becoming fluid, with fewer and fewer people available to fill positions in the future economy. Every person counts. Every person counts. And it would behoove us to reimagine how older workers can contribute even more to the workplace for even longer time to maximize their productivity and increase their value at work and in life. To truly create sustainable change the world needs, we will need to work collectively, from educators to policymakers to industry leaders, to position lifelong learning as the focus of pedagogies, practices, policies, and workplace professional development. Sustainable economic development requires us to rethink the workforce will be made and how they will operate. And so starting from K-12, continuing through university, post-secondary, mid-career, and older employment, lifelong learning prepares talent to adapt, upskill where necessary, navigate the unknowns of the future and beyond. Sustainable development, finally, requires all of us to work together and learn and to create collective impact. I thank you all for being here today, for joining the important forum to address the pressing issue of the future of education in Hong Kong and beyond. Thank you.